Hi, I'm Jose Acevedo from Coastal Claim Consultants, and we are a proud gold sponsor of jaxreia. Today on Debunked, I'm going to be clearing up 3 common misconceptions that we have from real estate investors like you about property insurance claims. Myth number 1. So what is the public adjuster's role in the industry and what are our services? When you file an insurance claim, the insurance company is sending out an individual. That's their field adjuster. They are their eyes and ears on the field, and they are there to take measurements, take photos, and listen to the insured, right? With those documents and that information, those findings, they send that to a desk examiner. That desk examiner in an office somewhere, they're the ones that are going to make the coverage determination based on the findings from their field adjuster. State of Florida looks at that and it's like, and along with other states, they look at it, that's a little unfair, that's a little one-sided, right? So to add some consumer protection, Florida and along with other states, they allow public adjusters to represent the policyholders. We wear many hats, we do the same things. We'll come out as a field adjuster, we'll inspect the loss, we will generate an estimate, right? It'll be comprehensive, we'll include everything that's involved in that actual repair, and we'll present that to the insurance company. Now that other side, that desk examiner, we will be going back and forth with them to come to a resolution, okay? Now on our side, we will present the damages and then we'll try to negotiate a settlement, come to a resolution of that claim. But as in Florida and as in other states, that public adjuster is there to serve just the policyholder. We are public advocates at the end of the day. We serve the public to level the playing field. Myth number 2, what post-loss obligations are required? What is a contract of adherence and what are policy conditions? When you have an insurance policy, that's a contract of adherence. That contract of adherence states that each party has some responsibilities. They have some conditions for that policy to be met, for that claim to be valid, and that policy to cover that loss. When you call the insurance company, the onus is on the insured. You have to present your damages, right? If you're not presenting your damages, you're leaving it to the insured or to the insurance company to do that, you'll get the service that they give you. As the public adjuster, we're there for you, the policyholder, so we're gonna make sure that those obligations are met, right? In certain policies, you have proof of loss obligations. I know 2 carriers specifically, they have a 30-day timeline and a 60-day timeline. To have this proof of loss in, this is a sworn proof of loss, it's a legal document, it's tied into the estimate that we generate, and that's a post-loss obligation that has to be abided by. You have to turn that in within the time frame. Another one is you have to allow inspections, right? So if you want them to actually give a proper assessment, you have to let them in. You have to present the damages, right? That's something that the public adjuster does. If I meet someone on site for an inspection, I'm pointing out that, please, adjuster, take a picture of that. You know what? Take it from this side because you can see the crack this way. I saw you taking it from this side. You can't see it over there. Take this correct picture. Right? So that's how we protect the insured. One of the last things is inspections. And we're there with inspections. We're there for the field adjuster, and we're also there for engineer inspections. Engineer inspections, the insurance company can call them out. They can call an engineer for an expert opinion, an expert documentation. We will meet them there on site, and we get into the nitty-gritty of materials, of technically how to repair things. That's another value that we bring to the insured. We're there defending them throughout the whole process, making sure these obligations are met so the carrier can't come back and say, hey, you know, it's not a valid claim, you didn't do X, Y, Z when you were supposed to. Myth number 3, policy review. These are lengthy, complex deadlines and timeframes. All right, so that's a lot to package in there. So policies. They are very lengthy, they are very complex, and they contradict themselves a lot of times. So as public adjusters, the policy is one of the things that we take and we run with. That is basically the law on that claim. That policy, their residential policies can be 70 to 90 pages easily, right? Commercial policies are up to like 150 pages, right? And that length, you have to dig into there, see what's involved in that policy. What can the insured go after? What's afforded to them? What is the insurance company supposed to do? What are they supposed to do, right? So this lengthy process, for us, we see it every day. We review policies on the daily. So for us, it's not a big deal. What we do is we offer free policy reviews. We're public advocates at the end of the day. So with those free policy reviews, we educate the insured. We tell them, hey, this is what's afforded to you. This is what you can do. This is what you can't do. With that power, they're able to tackle the claim or their situation or a future claim. Some policies contradict themselves. In this 70-page policy on page 50, it says, this is what's afforded to you based on the general policy, but there are state provisions. So once you get down to the state level, page 70 changes everything. In Florida, it's this way, right? So those are things that the insured need to know so they can, battle the insurance company. Make sure they get the most out of their insurance claim and what's afforded to them. Thanks for tuning in to Debunked with jaxreia. If you ever have any insurance questions, we're here to help. Reach out to us and we'll light the way to your recovery.